Welcome back to the 90 More Podcast. My name is Kosi. Welcome back to another match review where Arsenal beaten Aston Villa at the Villa Park 4-2. Huge performance from Arsenal. Huge character. Hanging in there until the 90th seconds, the 90th minutes to find a winner. And the moment Arsenal got the third goal, then Martinelli got the fourth goal, it doesn't tell the real story. There was a real tussle in this game, but the quality from Arsenal, the quality from Mikel Arteta's men, again, absolutely flamboyant, absolutely class. Absolute class and pure sins at what we've seen at the Villa Park. Emery will be very disappointed, in my opinion. I think they could have hung in there for a 2-2 draw. And I think the game was there for the taking in the second half. They just didn't. And the team that wanted to win more, the team that had the resilience to hang in there, just went all the way. Arsenal are back to winning ways after 4 games in competitive football without a win. After 3 games in the Premier League without a win, Arsenal are finally back on winning terms. They have a W. They have a green W on their last 5. That is actually going to have a real boost in mentality. It's going to have a real boost in whatever Arsenal do and whatever Arsenal are going to achieve this season. Now, of course, let's look if we talk about this game, generally, without talking about Arsenal alone. Aston Villa won the first half. Arsenal won the second half, and that is where Unai Emery is going to be absolutely disappointed. That is where he's going to be so disappointed with his team. Ollie Watkins, 5 minutes in, had given Aston Villa the lead. Of course, you expect Arsenal to bounce back. They are a very good side. They've been top class this season. Their mentality, the passion with which they play, and the precision, of course. You expect them to bounce back. They responded in a very, very similar way to how they responded when they conceded against Manchester City. Now, bear in mind, if they are playing the best team, for me, the best team, in Europe, that is Manchester City, and they're playing them at that level, right? Then if you're Aston Villa, then you've got to do better. You've got to give them more respect than Aston Villa did today. So Arsenal bounced back through Bukayo Saka's goal in the 16th minute. Again, it's kind of a mistake from Tyrone Mings. Heads the ball very, very poorly, and Saka can't capitalize. Good shot, brilliant shot to keep Arsenal back in the game. But Aston Villa, again, 15 minutes later, it was Philippe Coutinho who found the back of the net. Arsenal were exploited. Arsenal were torn apart. Aston Villa actually tapped into that side of Arsenal that is weak, that side of Arsenal that is, lacking the motivation, lacking the drive, the consistency, and everything. 2-1 at half time. And I thought in the second half, at the beginning of the second half, Villa were actually going to go for it. I thought they were going to force all the mistakes out of this Arsenal side. I thought they were going to be running every part of the machine, every part of the game. They did not. They actually didn't, and that is where they lost the game. Unai Emery got it absolutely wrong, because for me, 45 minutes in the second half, you introduce Leon Bailey, right? Right at the start of the second half, that is when you introduce Leon Bailey. Right at the start of the second half, that is where all these boys actually come on to help you get a third goal and control the game better. But then he doesn't. He lets Arsenal find their way into the game. And that is Alexander Zinchenko and Martin Odegaard, a well-worked goal. Whoa. That was brilliant. And the moment I looked at that goal, I knew there are going to be more problems for Aston Villa right from that moment, and there were going to be more and more chances from this Arsenal side. And that is what happened. On my preview on Kosi's Arsenal podcast, I said all Arsenal have to do is create chances and take them. What they've done today is they have actually not taken so many of their chances, but they've created a lot, and they've been able to score more goals than Aston Villa. That is all you need to win. Score more goals than your opponent. Now, when Arsenal score in the 61st minute, I think that is where everything turns ugly for Aston Villa, right? Arsenal have scored. It is 2-0. The question, do they now go and find a third goal? They're at home. They should be finding a third goal to win it. So that was the question for Unai Emery. Does his team go and find a third goal, or do they sit back? It is 2-2 after all. Sit back and wait. Wait for the game until anything happens. They didn't go for it. He brings on Leon Bailey, but I don't think he brings on Leon Bailey in the sense of I want to go for it and win the game. He brings on Leon Bailey to enable him sit back, and you can see he brings on Leon Bailey, but he takes off Emi Buendia and Filippo Coutinho. So he brings on Leon Bailey just to allow him that player with a very very high high average position on the pitch, so that when Arsenal lose the ball, they can counter attack. They can play that long ball into Ollie Watkins, who has been very, very superb today, and then play that long ball into Leon Bailey, who, in my opinion, was inches away, was a whisker away from scoring. But apart from that, and where I think Mikel Arteta still, got this wrong, got this game wrong, but luck was on his side. When Aston Villa and Unai Emery try to, see the game through, he doesn't react. He doesn't respond. Not until the 80th minute does he make a substitution. Benjamin White has been atrocious. Xhaka has been atrocious. Eddie Nketiah in this game has been absolutely atrocious. But he doesn't make a move. He's gone, I'm stranded. I don't know what to do. Bring on Fabio Vieira. Bring on another creative player. Bring on Kieran Tierney. Just make a change, right? This game just needed the best substitutions. Whoever had the best substitutions, this game was there for the taking. And that performance then, right from the 80th minute, is what we've seen from a team that wants to win the title. Arsenal did not even allow Aston Villa to waste time. Arsenal did not even allow Aston Villa to think of their first or second move. It wasn't happening. It wasn't happening for Villa. Nothing was happening for them in the last 16 minutes of the game. 10 plus the 6 added on. Nothing was going their way. Nothing, absolutely, right? So I think Mikel Arteta is gonna go, back home. Tell the guys, we've lost our 5-point lead, right? We've lost our 5-point lead. We need to regain it. And how do you regain it? You need to win every single game that comes your way until Manchester City slip. Until Manchester City give it away. Before they do, listen, before Manchester City do slip, Arsenal cannot slip. But many Arsenal fans out there are going to be very, very happy with that result. It's a result that shows a lot. It's a result that tells Arsenal fans, we are here for you. It's a result that tells Arsenal fans the team is not dead. It's a result that speaks volumes. Just maybe when you thought, is the process going to take too long? Is the process dying at this point in time? They responded. Arsenal needed a heavy way to respond, and they have responded. This sends a message to Everton. This sends a message to Leicester City, because those are the two games Arsenal have to play now, and they're quite very, very important. So if Arsenal can send a message through the Aston Villa game, which they have done, then it looks like we're going to see the Arsenal that we have seen throughout December, throughout November, throughout August, October, September, and that is the Arsenal team you want to see. There are only two things that I thought Mikel Arteta got wrong. One, the time of the substitutions. You don't take that long, right? You already have the indications. You already have the indicators who has to come off when, right? Benjamin White, look, no one would have blamed Mikel Arteta if he had taken off Benjamin White right from the first minute. He was up completely atrocious. No one would have blamed Mikel Arteta if he had taken off Xhaka right from the start of the second half. He was not adding value. No one would have blamed Mikel Arteta if he had, even if he had taken off Eddie Nketiah. No one would have blamed him. But when you have those clear signs, when you have those clear indicators that, player ABCD is not doing well, you've got to capitalize on them. But big up Arsenal. The Premier League race is back on. That is why it is called the Premier League. Arsenal, every fan made a video saying Arsenal's title race is over. And today, within 72 hours, Arsenal have impressed. Arsenal have sent a huge statement out. And who never know? Who knows? You never know. Maybe Manchester City sleep again. Maybe Manchester City make a mistake somewhere. And Arsenal regain their lead. And when they do this time, mark my words, it might be forever. I'll see you soon in the next one. Hit the like button. My player ratings are on Costi's Arsenal Podcast. And my initial match reaction as well is on Costi's Arsenal Podcast. Love you. Speak to you soon.